Hello and welcome to this video on how to download your grades from Moodle and also how to change the name to the specific type of nomenclature that the school requires. So these are all stills just so I make sure I'm not showing any students information. So when you log into Moodle, you will see there is a place for grades. Okay, so you're going to click on that. Boom, you click on grades. When it brings you to grades, it should bring you to this screen. Alrighty, and then right now, mine's defaulted to the grader report, which would then show me under here all the students and what their grades are and stuff. And I've cropped that out because I don't want to show that in this video. But in order for me to export my grades, I need to change this. So there's like this little, if I click on this box here, then that'll allow me to do that. So what happens is when I click on grader report, it'll bring up this drop down thing. So it's grader report. Now the trick is you have to scroll down because you may not see it. You have to scroll down until you see export and then Excel spreadsheet. Export Excel spreadsheet. So you click on that Excel spreadsheet. Okay, once you've done that, it'll bring up this sheet right here, and it says, okay, well, when you download your grades, what do you want to include? Now you'll notice these are all the different things that are in my gradebook. This doesn't show everything, but it will show you all these things that are checked. Means it's going to be included in the report. Now there are some things that I don't necessarily need to have in the report, and that shows on the next page. So on the next page right here, you'll see that like for the English 110 pretest, the student acknowledgement form, Odigia, extra credit bank, these are all things, these are placeholders where I keep information that are non-graded. Okay, these are things that are not necessarily graded. They don't factor in to the grade, so I don't necessarily need to include those in the grade book, so I would just uncheck those. Okay, but make sure that you have the course total. And then once you have all the boxes checked, basically if you want everything fine, great. If you everything that's in your gradebook is included, then you don't have to worry about unchecking anything. Okay, and then you hit download. Now once you hit download, it's going to download the file and it's going to put it over here in the corner. And that's what's going to look like this. Boom. There it is. Okay, and it downloads it as an Excel spreadsheet. And you'll see that it gave it a name. Okay, yay, we're done. No, you are not done. Okay, please. There are times when the school says, okay, we need you to name this file a certain way. Okay, and so this is just going to come up with whatever Moodle decides to name it, and the school may say, no, we don't want you to name it this, we want you to name it something else, and there's a whatever, and you're like, okay, but how do I do that? Well, you're going to have to open up this file. So what you do is you just click on this box and it opens up the Excel spreadsheet. Okay, when it does that, and again, I've masked out the student information, but this is where be all the information. I need to save this file, but I can't do that until I've hit enable editing. So make sure I click enable editing, and then I can save this file as something else. So once I've gotten to enable editing, it'll allow me to click on the file button right here, up here in the corner, file. Okay, once I've clicked on that, then it'll bring up this window right here, and then I'm going to click on save as. Okay, because I have to change the name. I don't want to save this file just that's what they've named it. This is what they've named it. Okay, I need to save it as a different file name. Okay, so I'm going to click on save as, and then it brings up this window. Now notice right here, this is where it's going to save it to, downloads. So if you're trying to figure out where it's saving it to, if you just click here, you can change this to whatever folder. So if you've created a folder for midterms, you can change that and say it's going to go in this folder. But this is the file right now that is named, okay, by default from Moodle. Okay, now this is where you are going to change what is required. Okay, and the easiest way to do this is that there should be an email from the school that says here is the naming convention, and then it will give you an example. Well, simply copy and paste the example from the email and put it in there, and then change whatever information is in there that relates to you, because it may have like your name, or the example may be biology 111. Well, this isn't biology 111, it's English 110. But just copy and paste the example from the school, put it in here, and then change whatever information without changing the formatting. Just change it. That's the best way to do it. And then you hit save, and then you've saved it as the correct file name. So very important. Again, learn how to follow directions exactly. This is the easiest way to save these files with the correct name, and make sure you're saving everything properly. So anyway, that's the instructions on how to save your gradebook from Moodle.